Good morning, everyone. Just need to adjust this a little bit. Make sure everything's on camera. I can't stop rearranging. You know, I'm really have a vision for this studio, and it's not coming together. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, KB. Karen, it's good to see you. Good morning, Julie. I'm glad you're here. Wow. Before the show started, I was in the chat room with Cheryl and KB. And KB said she just picked up some pottery that she had painted at one of those paint your own pottery places. And I realized I haven't been to one of those in a long time. It's so much fun. Last time I went, I did some salt and pepper shakers. And they came out cute. I painted them to make them look like they were quilted. So it happens when an artist goes with the group and everyone else is like, I used green. Mine looks like it's quilted. But anyway, good morning, Angela. Good to see you. So there's a paint your own pottery place not too far from here. I might have to boogie on over there, see if there's somebody who wants to go with me. It's always fun. Last time when I was doing those salt and pepper shakers, there was a group of young ladies in there, and it was actually a bridal shower. And the bride had picked one style of plate, and then all her bridal party, everybody that was there for the shower, was painting a piece of it, and that was going to be her wedding china. I thought that was so sweet. I actually just love that. So every piece was painted by a different person, and that became her wedding china. Isn't that sweet? Oh, good morning, Kristen. So happy to see you. I saw your show this morning on the beach. Good morning, Pam. Pam just returned to Arizona, where it's 125,000 degrees. I hope you're surviving, Pam. It's so hot. It's driving me nuts. Kristen said, that's adorable. If I get married, I'd do that. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think anytime people put their creativity in something, then it's always, it's like they're giving you a piece of their DNA, And so when somebody paints a piece of pottery for you, or crochets you something, or knits, or, whatever, if they create it, it's like you're getting a piece of them, for reals. So I think it's a great idea. Pam said, is it 107 forecast for today in Phoenix? I know I'm complaining about 92, but it is 98% humidity here. Feels really, really hot. But we have hope this weekend. We're going to get 5 inches of rain. It'll cool down to the 80s, so yay. Cheryl says, you rearranged. Looks great. Thank you for noticing, Cheryl. Yes, I'm on a quest to make this studio represent my personality. And if you guys remember, Cheryl was with me when I got this piece of fabric at IKEA a couple months ago now, and I hung it up, and I really like the color, and I like how it looks like it's maybe watercolors. So now I've been trying, what I'm doing, Cheryl and everyone else, what I'm doing is I'm testing. So right here, I have a few tchotchkes from my house that I just kind of pulled in here. And then this morning I pulled a plant in here, and I'm seeing whether or not it looks good with the lights on it. Before I design the studio, because I don't really know what I want in here, but I have a vision in my mind what it's supposed to look like. So I don't think this plant is going to be, permanent, but now I can see what it looks like on camera. So y'all are my guinea pigs. I'm not like, the Ellen show where they just shut down for the whole summer and redesign the set. It's like, I'm just fake it till you make it. Oh, that plant, if you recognize it, I don't know if you recognize it, it's one of my very first videos last fall. I did a video on how to repot houseplants. And this was a vine that had vined all the way across my fireplace mantle. And so I got a little mini trellis. So if you want to see how I trellis that vine, that was a plant that was given to my mother-in-law when her husband passed away, and it grew like crazy in their house. So I stole a clipping. I don't know if you remember Those of us from the children of the 70s, there were a lot of house plants, a lot of macrame hangers, and a lot of house plants. But the superstition was the plant would do better if you stole a clipping. You're not supposed to ask for a clipping of a plant. You're supposed to steal it when nobody's looking. You know, just pinch off a little branch of it. And then it's supposed to do better. So I actually stole a clipping of this and brought it home and rooted it. And sure enough, it's doing really well. But if you want to see how to transplant houseplants, look it up on my YouTube channel. It's the least viewed video I have. These live videos have more views than that one. I don't take it personally. It's okay. Anyway, Julie says, yes, but not everyone appreciates handmade gifts as they don't know what goes into them. I agree, Julie. I agree as a lifelong crafter. I agree that people don't necessarily appreciate it, but I believe that they can feel it. They might not appreciate it, but they can feel it. So whether or not they actually appreciate the handiwork that's in a homemade gift, I think they feel that it's something special. You know, I was at a garage sale many years ago. I always forget how old I am now. I was at a garage sale many years ago that my brother was having. And in this garage sale was the sweater that our sister had knitted him in high school back in the 70s. And it's color work. And I remember I was a little boy, I don't know how old, maybe 8 or 9, and I remember reading to her the color changes and it makes like this, it's like a ski sweater. And it's avocado gold, it's avocado green and gold, so of course he didn't want it anymore, and nothing fits from the 70s. But there it was on the garage sale table. I just remember walking up and grabbing it, and it was like, I'm not even paying for this, because I felt like I had to save it. And to rescue the sweater, so I have it. I should wear it on the show sometime. It's ridiculously outdated, but my sister made it, and it's beautiful, and part of me is in it too, because I read her the color changes. Anyway, I have a colorful family. Angela says, I would love to do painting, but it would look like a toddler did it. Well, you know, that's the fun part about ceramics, though, is when you use those paints and then they fire them, during the firing process, it makes everything look better. So, you know, get in there and have some fun with it. KB says, can't wait to post some pictures. Will be in my cat later today. Oh, what KB made is, I don't know if you're a crafter that you use yarn. She used one of those bowls that has kind of a hole in the side so you can thread your yarn through it, and she did that at her paint your own pottery place, picking up today. That's wonderful. Julie says, I have an ivy that my mom had in her windowsill that I took when we were in Oregon after she passed away in March. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, Julie. I lost my mom too a long time ago. It's never easy. It's going crazy, and I need to figure out how to trellis it too in the house. Okay, Julie, well, that's exactly what my video shows. So look up my video, How to Transplant a Houseplant. There's a playlist of how-to videos, and it shows you how to transplant it and how to put one of these indoor trellises in the pot. It's really a great solution for plants that get too long. Julie's encouraging me to wear that outdated sweater. I will. The air conditioning is freezing, so it'd be perfect inside the house. You've been dabbling in color work also. I love color work, crochet and knit. Great, yeah, so anyway, on my attack plan, I woke up this morning. I put a picture on my Instagram story. I woke up so tired this morning. It's like, oh, I didn't even know what day it was. It turns out it's Tuesday. In case you were curious, it's Tuesday, everyone, June 12th. This is show number 41. I was so tired I even forgot to say that. We're live from Houston, Texas. If you're new here, please subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel and ring the little alert bell so you're alerted when I go live or when I upload. I have all these videos planned. Suddenly, yesterday I had this spark of inspiration, so I have a bunch of videos I'm going to do, including the Modern Etiquette series. So if you ring that little alert bell, you'll be notified when a new video goes up so you can join in on the fun. Kristen says the new background looks great. Thank you, Kristen. I got my little Labrador. I got this Labrador ceramic when I only had Tamaya, so I only got one of them. And now that I have Tamaya and Koyana, I feel like it's bad feng shui. I wish I had two of them. But there he is. He's cute. I like him. I brought him in actually for the color, because I'm trying to figure out with the lights and the camera what looks good in the studio. And for the modern, Christian says I'm excited for the new modern etiquette series. Yeah, for that I'm going to have to film throughout the house, because obviously there's etiquette in the closet, and there's etiquette in the dining room, and there's etiquette out in public. So I'm hoping to illustrate clearly how you can move through our modern times and still have good manners. And you know, manners aren't like Downton Abbey. Excuse me, you know, manners are just making sure that you act in such a way or dress in such a way that you don't make other people uncomfortable. And I think that is, you know, I don't know if you remember, my friend Jolene was here in the chat room a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. And she's a newlywed. And so she was very passionate about etiquette because of her wedding. And so I private messaged with her one evening last week, and she told me all the faux pas that kind of threw monkey wrenches into her plans for her wedding. And there were little things like, you know, people showing up late or not RSVPing, or RSVPing and not showing up. I mean, these are all things that we need to be constantly aware of. I was very surprised and happy that yesterday, my great nephew, who graduated high school this year, sent me a handwritten thank you card for the card and the money I sent him for his graduation in May. And I was just, it just warmed my heart. You know, when I've said it before, I love seeing people's handwriting because I feel like they're there with me. So thank you, Bryson, for the wonderful handwritten thank you card. Angela says, that sweater is vintage. That's right, it's vintage now. I'm so old I'm vintage now. My kids still have their baby blankets I crocheted for them as babies. They're 40, 36, and 31. Show us the sweater. I will. I'll show you the sweater. It would take me a while to go retrieve it, so I'm not going to do it right now. Maybe I'll have it on tomorrow. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. It's a beautiful sweater. My sister Deborah, who often comes to the show, she's the one that knitted it. I remember when I was a kid, I crocheted since I was 5, but my mom didn't knit, so I wasn't really exposed to knitting, so that's why I was just all crochet all day. And then my sister, when she was, I think she was about 19, maybe 20, I'm just thinking when she left home, it was just before she left home, she took a knitting class at a yarn shop. And so she brought home these projects, and she knitted a sweater for her 3 little brothers, which I'm the youngest of those 3. We were still at home, and we got to choose the sweater out of the sweater books, out of the magazines, and the colors. And I wish I had mine. I don't know whatever happened to it. I was just a little boy, so I outgrew it real fast. But it was orange on the bottom, and it was bright yellow on the top, and it had a zipper, which I thought was so... Watching her knit seemed miraculous. It was like she was a magician. And then I learned to knit about 10 years ago, and I realized it's not magic, but it sure looks like it. Julie is, yes, bring on the sweater. Can't wait to see it. So you'll be here tomorrow, Julie? Julie usually comes on Wednesday, so I'm happy to see you here on a Tuesday. So I have my attack plan. I've woken up as much as physically possible. My eyes are all puffy. I've drunk a gallon of coffee, and I'm ready to hit the day. I'm going to hit my attack plan. I have some friends that just came in the house that are helping me today, and I have to, the dogs are in daycare, so I have to shock the pool. KB asked before the show, you know, if you come before the show, the chat room's open at least 15 minutes before the show. Come join us. We're already there chit-chatting. But she wanted to know if we were going to be by the pool. And I think I'm going to have to say that the pool is off limits from the show until this heat breaks. I go out there and I instantly start sweating. I have very fair skin, so I burn real easily. It's just so hot out there. I think we're going to do the show indoors in the air conditioning until further notice. But you know, what'll be fun for all of y'all up north is we'll do the show out by the pool this fall and this winter. So when it's cold and gloomy where you are, you'll get exposed to the the beautiful weather that is Houston outdoors. So that'll be nice for you then. Right now it's just too hot for me. I can't. I just can't. Angela said, I thought it was magic too. Now you know it is. Yes, it is magic. You're taking string and you're making beautiful things out of it. It is magic. We're all magicians. The muggles don't understand. Speaking of muggles, I'm so excited. This Friday, the Houston Symphony is playing the movie, I think it's Prisoner of Azkaban from Harry Potter series. And the symphony's actually playing the music live while the movie is projected above them. And I got tickets. They sold out like almost immediately. But I got tickets for this Friday and I'm so excited. I get to go watch Harry Potter with live music. I mean, how cool is that? So I'm excited about that. That'll be fun. And oh, Pam says those are cool to attend. I've never been to one, Pam. I'm very excited. I have friends out in LA and they're always going to like the Hollywood Bowl, and they do things like a Sound of Music sing-along where everyone dresses up and they go to the Hollywood Bowl and they play the movie with the words and everyone sings along. It just sounds like so much fun. I don't know if they've done anything like that here in Houston, but I would totally go to something like that. That sounds like fun. Yeah, that's what I got to do. So the kids are at the kids. I think of them as my kids. The Labradors are at daycare, so I have the day off from them. So what I have to do is I have to shock the pool and do all the chemical-y things that I'm afraid the dogs, I don't like to have them around because they're sneaky, sneaky, sneaky little snatching machines. And they're always snatching and eating everything. So I'm going to do the chemicals while they're at school. So it's fun because this daycare that I take them to, it's not too far from here. They've been making many additions to their outdoor area and creating a cool zone. So one of the owners, it's several people own it, one of the owners is real handy. He's built refrigerated plates that are on the ground, quite big, and they call them the cool plates. And the temperature of the plates, I don't know, like 60, maybe 65. It's, I'm sure, cold to the touch, but it's just covered in dogs in the heat of the day. And they also have a misting system that mist all the dogs, and then the dogs get to wear, excuse me, those bandanas that cool them down also. Miss Tamaya being a little plumper than she's supposed to be, she gets overheated easily, so I'm always happy that they've done so much at this place. And oh, and I got to get the recipe for those dog biscuits. I've made 3 batches of them now, and I've tweaked the recipe to make them a little bit more, better, in my opinion. So I made some organic, wheat-free, peanut butter, pumpkin-based dog biscuits. I don't know, Tamaya, I've told you, has stomach issues. She has a delicate stomach. And my friend Becca, world-famous artist Becca Krahula, also knows a lot about animals. She taught me that pumpkin and yams settle a dog's stomach. They're soothing to the stomach. So these pumpkin treats have been really good for Tamaya. So I'll get that recipe posted real soon. I'm about to post a bunch of blog posts. Like I said, I got a bee in my butt yesterday, so I fell behind. But anyway, so Julie, don't go. Julie, Angela, Pam, Kristen, I know you're there at KB. Just because you're in charge of your house doesn't mean you have to do everything. I know some of you have teenagers. Make them do their own laundry. So easy for me to say, right? Automate and delegate whenever possible. Speaking of automation and delegation, there's people in my house helping me, so I'm going to go say hi to them. Say it with me, everyone. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Okay, I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time, but at an undisclosed location with Cheryl from the Woolen Hook, where she's going to update us on her personal journey with, I forgot the word, minimalism. Personal journey with minimalism. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.